And the main few things have been how expensive it is to like get a house now in Canada. Like it's kind of ridiculous, and the price just skyrocketed out of nowhere. And if you're a young 20-year old wanting to get their own place, wanting to start a family, wanting to do all those traditional things, it has become very, very difficult. Like you can't even start a family. You can't even buy a house off a single income. Um, for the most part, like it's become much more difficult than it used to be. Like minimum wage is like $17 an hour. You work 40 hours a week. That's like 22,500 a month. Like you can only afford, like most apartments are 2 grand a month. So it's like how do you support a family off a single income at minimum wage? It's kind of just impossible. Like you almost have to go to school and then get some corporate job and then kind of like take that route for the most part, um, unless you're able to save up a lot of money. Yeah, even simply getting a job, like I have friends that have graduated from university and still have not been able to get a job. A lot of people just come over and um, take up the low entry jobs and sort of take advantage, or even like go to schools and just like fill up all the schools. And it's kind of bizarre because then they'll try to like infiltrate their culture into like the schools, or infiltrate their culture into the society. I don't want to read your book, or I don't want to um, eat your diet, or I don't want to follow your hygiene rituals or whatever. Definitely like materialism. That's something that's being promoted a lot, and I feel like that's a big promoter of poverty and slavery. I mean, you see online videos of people with chains and new cars and all this fancy stuff, and you're like, oh, that's so cool. I would like to get this new car or buy these nice clothes and stuff. And then it's like you got a population of people working to consume, and it's just like complete kind of slave mindset. It's like nobody needs a new Balenciaga shoes. No, complete and utter trap that I don't think is good. So looking at the rent, right? Rent is like 2,000, 1,500 a month. Okay, it's like 1,500, 2,000 a month to rent usually. And yeah, you can split that and all that kind of stuff. But like you can get a mortgage payment for $900 a month. So it's like why in the world is it so expensive to rent? Like what is up with these renters? It seems like a lot of them are just trying to make as much money as they can off the unit, and it's just like they're kind of just effing over the younger population. It's like a lot of older people that have spent their lives accumulating all these properties, and then now that they got all these properties, just trying to make bank off the younger population that can't afford to get a house, and all they can afford to rent, and they know that they can't afford to get a house. So they're like, okay, we'll just blast the price through the roof because this is their only option, and there's no way they're getting a mortgage down payment, or a down payment for a mortgage yet. So it's like renting really is kind of it kind of is just a last ditch effort, and it's kind of like just trying to make money for the most part. Um, but also at the same time, like I find it ridiculous how it's like you can get a mortgage monthly payment for $900, but the average rent is like 1,500 to 2 grand. So it's just like that part doesn't make sense to me. And then in order to get approved, you got to go through all these loops and hoops and all that kind of stuff. I know it sounds like I'm ranting, but at least the upside, the positive side of all this is like it does seem like things are going to change for the better for the young populace of Canada. It does seem like the housing market is going to settle down and probably even drop. Like I feel like there will be a pretty big correction, and if people are intelligent and are thinking about these things, I feel like in the next 2 years, even a year, there'll be some pretty big corrections, and there'll be some pretty good like opportunities to make quite a bit of money. But for the people that are completely ignorant and just want to live for the moment and want to have as much fun as they can now, then I suppose it is one's fate to rent the rest of their life and just be a pretty well just live in a state of slavery, trying to pay for the next bill and this kind of stuff. But if you actually do care, then it seems like things are going to flip for the better. And even the immigration, I'm not too big on the whole immigration war. I do think it's kind of ridiculous, the amount of immigrants that are coming into Canada, in my opinion. But I'm not out there like holding up signs or anything like that. But nonetheless, I think it does seem like that is going to kind of simmer down for the most part, which I feel like is a good thing. I don't think open borders is the best thing in the world. I don't think it leads to good. But anyways, that's just my opinion. I think that's it for this video. If you liked it, subscribe, share with friends, and until next time.